Well, welcome to another episode of the Farm Show. Today we're down near Otter Tail. We're just a couple miles north of Otter Tail Lake, and I'm with Ellen Dilley today on the farm, the dairy farm where she grew up. Your parents started this farm. Do you know about when?
It was about 1982.
82.
Yep.
And they live on the farm.
They do.
You and your family are just over the hill.
Yep. Just right down the road.
So the kids are walking distance.
Right, exactly. Or, pasture cutting across distance. They tend to take that road a little more, but yes.
Okay. One reason we're on this farm today is because I wanted to visit an organic farm, and that's what you've got going.
We do.
So, now the farm has not always been organic. Can you tell us how did the switch over go?
Sure.
How was that?
It's been back in about 2002, 2001. My parents were looking for a new direction for the farm. We had always done things a little more unconventional, you could say. We weren't heavy into the use of pesticides or commercial chemicals, and for our cows we tried to do a more natural approach, and so with the milk prices fluctuating as they had, which is happens all the time in the dairy industry, they go up, they go down, they were looking for a more stable milk price, something that they could build an even better future on, and something for a legacy, just to provide the stability and with the milk price. And so yes, they started transitioning to organic in 2002, 2003. We did the crops for 3 years, and then we fed those crops to our cows for an entire...
That's a 3-year transition period before you were certified to be organic. Is that the right word, certified?
Yep, exactly. Okay. And certified means is that we actually have a certifying agency come out to our farm every year, and they go through all of our crop records, all of our livestock records. They are here for with an entire day practically, looking at everything we do and making sure that it meets all the organic standards.
A lot of documentation.
Exactly. Okay. We write down pretty much everything we do, whether it's in the field or with the cows. It all gets written down on the calendar, so we know exactly the day it happened and when we did it. And the cows all have records. And so we are certified organic. So that means we have a piece of paper that says we are certified. We are not, we meet all the standards.
So it took 3 years to get the fields up to standards.
Yep.
And then the cows, you said that was different? You started that afterwards?
Exactly. Yep.
How was that?
So what we did with our fields is that we transitioned our fields first, our cropland and our pastures. That's a 3-year process, and then after the 3 years we harvested a crop that was fed to our cows that was certified organic from our own fields and pasture. And then after a 1-year period of feeding them 100% organic feed, our cows were also certified organic. And so now everything on the farm, the cows, the crops, and the pastures are all certified organic.
Okay. So you did, in visiting earlier, you said you don't grow enough hay, so you need to buy hay, and that must be from an organic hay farm, is that?
Yep. Yes. Okay. Any crop or feed stuff that we buy to feed our animals must be certified organic. When we buy it from our feed suppliers, they give us a piece of paper that says we are certified. This is how many bales you bought. This is the day it transferred ownership, and we have to keep all those papers for our certifier. We have to have a paper trail for anything that comes on the farm.
Okay. Now we're out in the rain. Is this organic rain, or what do we got here?
This is beautiful rain.
Certified.
Exactly.
The grass is looking good. So everyone needs the rain. So
I know, this is perfect.
This is good. So and your cows are outside. You have pastures for them.
They
and
are.
I understand that's also part of the organic program. You must have the cows for a certain number of days out on the grass.
Yep. The organic rule, I believe, is that they have to be out for a minimum of 120 days and get 30% of their dry matter from pastures during that 120 days. On our farm, my parents, since they've started, our cows have gone outside every day. And except for the occasional winter weather, if it's 30 below, the wind chill is just brutal, too brutal for the ladies. So otherwise our cows go outside year round, at least for, in the winter, if they're out for a few hours every day, they are still out, So yeah, as long as the weather conditions allow them to stay comfortable, they're out.
On other things that come into play on the organic is antibiotics and veterinarian care.
Yep.
The products you use might be a little different than I would have used on my farm.
Yeah, they are. We do, we try, as we talked about earlier, Gene, we try to prevent rather than have to treat. So we do a lot of vitamins and minerals to our cows. Every day they get supplemented with basically a free choice minerals that they want to eat when they're outside. And then in the barn they also get some good vitamins and minerals and stuff. For the illnesses that do come up, we do a lot with homeopathy, and then vitamins. And, so we cannot use any commercial, I guess, antibiotics, if that would be a good word for them. And if we do end up using an antibiotic in the case of saving a cow, we have to call in to our certifying agency and report that we use an antibiotic on a cow, and then that cow can never enter the organic chain again. So after she is feeling better, after any withdrawals have passed, she must be sold.
I remember hearing that recently, that if a cow is sick and antibiotics would help really save the cow, you must use the antibiotics, get the cow healthy, and then it's off to a different farm.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So you never want to prolong an animal's illness, or, if it's a life-saving measure, you do need to do that, because we always, we're still out here to take care of our cows. That's, they provide us with a living, and so it's our job and our responsibility to take good care of them also.
As we were coming up the driveway today, Cameron Trevor was asking me if it costs more to produce organic milk, and it does. And how does that come into play here? Because in some ways it would seem to be cheaper because you aren't buying the medications and such. But how does the financial end of it work out? The grains cost more, or how is
Yes. Yep. It does. The cost of our organic feedstuffs that we buy, such as our hay, is typically about double the cost of conventional products, but our milk price is much more stable, and it is set each year by we sell our milk to Organic Valley. So the co-op sets the milk price for the year in January. So you know what you're going to be paid for your milk. That doesn't include any premiums or any bonuses they might have. But it allows you to kind of financially plan. If we're going to receive this much money for our milk, and we spend, we can spend this much on our feed.
Easier to budget.
Exactly. Then having to weather all the ups, which are great, nice surprises, or the downs, which are very hard to plan for. We all know they're coming, but it's a nice stable milk price. And like our fertilizers that we buy for our cropland is much more expensive. So it's some give and take, but it is.
It's a growing market.
It is, and your chances for profitability are better because what your income is going to be, or your milk price, and so you can kind of plan for things, but as much as you can plan farming, right?
and I know the cattle are really well cared for here. I've known Ellen and her parents for a long time, and they are true dairy people. They're in the right occupation. You're good at it, and you like what you're doing. If I was a cow in Minnesota, this is where I'd like to be.
Oh, thank you. That is a very nice compliment. We really do enjoy the cows. They, everybody has those days where you just shake your head and say, why am I doing this? But, 99% of the time we really enjoy what we're doing. And, it's hard to see yourself doing something else, usually.
And your kids, you've told me, they aren't here right now. They enjoy being on the farming.
They
got
do.
a few sheep and a few pigs and
all the good animals that your kids like to see.
A pony over here.
That's right. No farm is complete without a pony for the kids to ride, right?
I'm not a horse person, so I'll skip that one. I won't answer that one. But thanks for sharing this information with us. It's good to be on a farm that's different than what I'm familiar with.
Right.
To see it's working well.
Well, thank you for coming today. It was very nice to see you again.
Well, thanks for watching. This has been an episode of TV3's The Farm Show, and we'll see you next week at a different farm.